Welcome back to the Attic Hour podcast, folks. We have today Seth, myself, and Brett, and then we're joined by Garrett Lance as our guest. Hey, Garrett.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. So the theme of this podcast is history, and that's because you're going to college for history. Can you?
Yep. I'm going to PFW, studying history and political science, and I'll graduate here in May. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. Tell us a little bit about you and what you enjoy doing.
Oh, I enjoy lots of different things, like working on cars, guns, studying history. I hate writing papers, though, but I have to. So
You probably have to do quite a bit with your major.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of history papers.
Yeah, I have 3 10-page papers I still have to write for the semester.
Shoot.
Wow. 3 10-page papers?
Yeah.
Ah.
Shouldn't be too bad.
Do they take, how long do they give you for that? Do they announce it, in the beginning of the semester?
Oh, it's like a beginning of the semester thing.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a pro procrastinator.
Yeah,
So,
me too.
yeah, I've done 12-page papers the night before.
Oh, my goodness.
What?
Wow.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
just chug a Red Bull and go until 4 a.m.
That's insane. Wait, so how many hours do you think you have in an average 10-page paper?
Maybe 5 hours.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good. I feel
That's a
like.
solid.
It would take me way longer than that,
That's
Some of them take more, some of them take a little less.
depending on how well you know the
Yeah.
topic.
Yeah, how much I have to read,
Sure.
find sources.
Sure.
Yeah. I always hated sources. What do you use for sources? How do you find those?
Internet.
Really?
Here's a trick. Teachers say don't use Wikipedia,
Right.
but what sometimes I'll do is I'll just go to Wikipedia and scroll down to the bottom, and it has all the sources they used,
Yeah.
and I'll just click through those and see which ones would work.
I've heard of that technique. I haven't used it, but that sounds super smart because, you don't trust Wikipedia, but the sources are usually pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Do they have a college database you use for papers?
Yeah, so PFW, the library, they have a ton of books there that you can use. And then also they have subscriptions to 4 or 5 different databases. And so as long as you have a student login, you can use all of them. But some of them are just a little iffy.
Always hated in high school whenever they'd make us use EBSCOhost or whatever it was, whatever those big databases were.
Because you have to find the academic source.
Yeah, I always find the abstracts. I can never find the full-fledged documents. That drove me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The ones I liked, I had to pay for, or something was off. I never could find what I wanted. But man, Wikipedia.
Yeah, Wikipedia.
It's underrated.
I agree.
But
I'd find I would read it up on Wikipedia, and then I'd find iffy sources and just use those as my sources.
yeah.
My understanding came from Wikipedia.
So you didn't have to cite Wikipedia.
Right, yeah. Just find something that kind of preached along the same lines as Wikipedia. And use that.
One time I had a paragraph get flagged for paraphrasing Wikipedia.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
From an AI check or something?
Yeah. I don't know. Whenever they handed back the paper, it was they handed back the file to the paper because it was online, and yeah, they would highlight sections that they thought were similar to AI or whatever. That's what it's for. But they highlighted one paragraph and was this is paraphrases this page in Wikipedia. I'm like, oh, okay, got some of my points stocked.
Yeah.
Were you did you mean to?
I mean, I did use Wikipedia, but I read the document and then I typed.
So it just found whatever you were referencing. Was it
pretty much?
Was it just pulled a random Wikipedia, or was it the one you were reading?
No, it was the one I was reading.
Oh, that okay.
But I think because I read the Wikipedia page or parts of it, and then I with that knowledge in my head, then I typed, but I didn't cite Wikipedia as a source because you're not supposed to. So
Yeah.
I get you.
I should have tried the technique.
Goes
No,
around,
it
comes
is.
around.
Yeah, it's so weird because they just use AI to check all that.
Right.
Even for AI checkers, there's an AI checker checking for AI.
Yes.
What? It's like a
Yeah.
paradox.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
It's just AI eating itself.
I mean, it goes both ways because how much do teachers use AI for writing their assignments and stuff like that? Because a teacher could totally write me some questions based on this context for my students, and then they're not putting an effort, and then so it's just AI quizzing AI.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Especially high school, middle school level. It'd be so much easier to just use ChatGPT
Oh yeah.
quick to come
sure
up
they
with
do.
like 20 questions for kids.
Right.
They're not gonna put any effort into it anyway.
And with how young kids are now, whenever they get phones, like bro, all the
Oh.
middle schoolers have ChatGPT.
Yeah, I didn't get a phone until my freshman year of high school.
I was the same way. Freshman
Yeah, I
year.
was close to that, I think.
Yeah, and then my younger siblings, of course, got theirs in like 6th, 7th grade, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what's up with that? But
Yeah, it's so annoying how that always happens that
That's
way.
just how it works.
Every student drops the age by like 1 or 2 years
yeah.
for a kid.
Very true. Very true.
Mhm.
What's one of your like favorite areas of history, or like one of your I don't know what you call that, areas of interest?
Oh, World War II, definitely.
Yeah.
Era.
Yeah, so much happened in like such a short time. It's like
Right.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, with technology and everything, it's
So what like I also agree that World War II is, I think every guy at this point is like fascinated with World War II. But like I feel like what's it, the Napoleonic Wars? Like what I forget the time frame of that. That would have been
early 1800s. So
okay. So
That's-
that's before our Civil War, like what it
Yeah,
like
before
been a
our
decade
Civil
or two
War.
before that.
Just after the French Revolution.
Okay.
So yeah,
The French Revolution was like 1790s.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
That's pretty bloody, wasn't it?
Lots of heads.
Lots of heads. The heads were rolling.
Yeah,
Is that with like the storming of the Bastille or
Yeah,
Bastille or
so-
something like that?
that happened, and then a couple years later is when they started chopping everybody's heads off,
Hmm.
because it's like get rid of the people in power. So even though they don't have any power anymore, it's just get rid of them.
Wow.
Even the guy, Maximilian Robespierre, the guy that was in charge of saying who gets their heads cut off, eventually got his head cut off.
Nice.
So it was like whoever assumed power, then after all the leadership was destroyed, whoever assumed power was then killed.
Kind of. Eventually, or like perceived to have power. Yeah. Then that eventually stopped. And then Napoleon took over in like 1811.
Okay.
He was a military commander before that and had some victories. Tried to take over Egypt and Cyprus and places like that. And then he went back to France and sort of worked his way up. Became first consul of France,
Okay.
whatever position that was, and then like named himself emperor in like 1814.
And do people agree with that? With the emperor title?
I'm sure lots of people did, because it was during that time where he was like went to war with pretty much all of Europe and was winning, and people were like, "Yeah, follow this guy," and then he started losing, and they're like, "Screw this guy."
So he's pretty much just 19th century Hitler. Slightly less evil.
Well, yeah, less genocidal. Yeah.
So like do historians, like I don't know a whole lot about Napoleon otherwise than he was a crazy general.
Yeah, I really don't either.
Mhm.
So like morally was he decent? Or like
well,
was he doing mass murders and stuff, or was his general premise just to make France great?
his general premise was to make France great.
France great again.
So yeah, he
Make France great again.
yeah. So he had France, took over like Prussia, because Germany wasn't a thing then. Prussia, Austria, stuff like that. Took over Spain, and then decided he just wanted to do the whole thing. Got to Russia, did really well. Got to Moscow, even like took over Moscow for a couple months, and then winter hit, and Russia apparently gets really cold, and he didn't give anybody winter clothes, and so all his soldiers started dying, and their supply line was so thin because they're so far from France.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had to retreat back, and then they kicked him off to some island in the Mediterranean.
So how did he actually die? Did he just?
He died from stomach cancer
Wow.
on St. Helens
He was
Island.
pretty young when he died too, wasn't
He
he?
was 51.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
What a guy!
So
What
it
a
was like
guy. What a guy.
1821 he died.
wow.
But yeah, they kicked him off onto an island in the Mediterranean. He escaped the island, got back to France, took over for like another year, and then they sent him like off the coast of South Africa,
Legend.
as far away as possible, and he died there.
Because what's the book? What's the really long book? It's about the guy that gets like accused and like gets sent to jail Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh
Because
yeah.
in the Count of Monte Cristo, I don't know if anybody
I've never heard of that.
you ever heard of it. Have you
No.
heard of it?
I've heard of it. I haven't
Yeah,
read
I
it.
think he gets accused of being like a Napoleon follower or something like that.
Mm.
Like that's the premise of his accusations. I
Yeah.
think. Or something like that. And so in the book, it's interesting. They talk about people that were like for Napoleon, because I think Napoleon was banished at that point. So people
Mhm.
that were for Napoleon were like hated, or like the conspiracy
Yeah.
people. And so like that's like a theme that runs through. And yeah, that's a good book. Very good book.
Huh.
It's
Wait,
very
what
long.
was it called again?
The Count of Monte Cristo.
Count of Monte Cristo.
It's
Okay.
an old book. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Very long book too. I shouldn't say I read it. I listened to it, so I know the story, but I didn't get the joy of reading it. But
I don't know. I think if you, what do you think? Like if you read a book, in my opinion, if you listen to a book, in my opinion, you can say you've read it.
Yeah.
I could
I-
say, I actually had a big debate with this over the summer with some friends. My opinion is you can, in conversations like this, I can infer that I know the story because I listened to it. But to like, if someone says I've read the book, Count of Monte Cristo, I think that means like I read the word. So I don't know what the term is. I've listened to. I try to say, but like if someone's like, "Have you read the book of the Count of Monte Cristo?" because they want to tell me about that book, I'd say yes because I know
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah.
But if someone's like, but when I'm telling you this, I feel like I need to preface that.
That you
I
listened.
listened to it. I didn't read it.
I prefer audiobooks anyway
Oh,
over
100%.
reading.
Yeah,
I can't
agree.
read. My
There's-
sister has read like 70 something books this year.
That's
This year?
insane. Wow.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy reading. Well, I like to think I enjoy reading. I probably don't as much anymore. Like I read all the Lord of the Rings books,
Mm-hmm.
but like actually and I listened to them, but I read them as well. But besides that, I read some C.S. Lewis books and stuff like that, but I don't read a whole lot.
Yeah.
But I like to listen to it. I'm actually
Mm-hmm.
back into that.
That's interesting that you're a history major and you don't enjoy reading. I
No,
view
nobody.
those things kind of similar.
If you ask any history major, none of them like reading and none of them like writing.
That's
Then
hilarious.
why do they do it?
I don't, because they hate math.
It's so valid.
Because every history major will also say that they really hate math, and that's why they're a history major.
Dude, that's perfect.
That's really funny.
Yeah, I had to take one math class for my major, and
Which
The-
math class?
I don't even remember. There's some online class because my professor, I asked her what classes I should sign up for. She's like, just take this math class. It's the least mathy math. All the history majors take it.
Was it
Least
discrete?
mathy math.
Was it graph theory?
No, it was some statistics class.
Oh, intro to something statistics, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Oh, I just did that last semester. That was brutal.
Yeah. So
You didn't like it.
no, I did not like it. I did the bare minimum.
So is there like is there classes that like are just on World War II, or like on that?
Yeah.
Era?
There's a class at PFW that's just about the Holocaust.
Oh, really?
That's all it's about. I had
Wow.
to read like 8 different books for that class, and
Oh.
none of them were available in audiobooks.
Oh,
So
That's not fun.
no, I still have all of them.
really?
But yeah,
So you actually buy the textbooks?
I just buy the books. Yeah, I'm like thrift books, super cheap.
Yeah.
Cheaper than buying them from PFW or renting them.
Yeah. Very few people do that, and the ones who do it's a poor decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but there's a Holocaust class. There's a Cold War class,
That'd
which
be
is sort of
interesting.
after.
Cold War class would be interesting.
Yeah, Cold
That
War's
one was
cool.
interesting. Taught by the same professor too.
Okay.
So then they have other World War II classes.
Interesting.
So for all your classes, do you just write papers about everything?
Yeah. So there's different levels of history classes. Like a level 100 class, which is like the most basic. You're not going to write, you'll maybe write like a 3-page paper here and there. 200 levels, like a 7-page paper. 300 level, that's where you get your 10-page plus. And then 400 levels are, I think, 12 pages.
Okay.
Like frequently, like to a class or something
Like
like
that's just required for every single history class. That's 300 plus. You're doing 10.
So that's
pages
like your
plus.
final, or like you'll write 2 or 3 of those in the semester
Some you'll write one.
at least.
Some professors have just a paper. Some have a final and the paper.
Ah.
But
So what do you think? Like, do you have it all hard time with exams, or are those pretty easy?
those are pretty easy. But well, for me,
Yeah.
history exams, it's like they'll give you identification questions and you have to write a paragraph for each, and then you have to write an essay
Mm-hmm.
from memory.
Wait, identification questions like it gives you a whole story problem. You need to name who it.
No, like it'll be like a list of names and things. So it'd be like Napoleon Bonaparte, and you have to write however much information about him.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Or it'd be like Treaty of Versailles, whichever one. There's like 20 of them.
Right. You just write pretty much all you know on the topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they'll give you like a essay question and expect you to write a 5-paragraph essay about it.
Wow.
So
I remember I took it would have been American History 2. I think
Schuster.
I don't think so. He's an older Ben Gates, maybe.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wait,
taken Ben Gates.
Ben Gates was his name.
I
Yeah.
think
That's
so.
that's national treasure, bro.
Yeah, that's his name.
Was it?
I had him for my second half of Western Civilization.
His exams were brutal.
Those are nobody in my class passed that class with over a B.
Okay. I'm glad I felt like that because or other people feel like that because my goodness, like was not much of a note taker, but I have a whole like college thing just filled with handwritten notes, and you'd have to do it because I took it online. So I'd sit there and I was frantic, and I would like actually like pay attention and everything. And his exams were like
they're so hard.
5 or maybe 10 multiple choice questions, 2 essays worth like. I think that the point breakout was like 75% of the points were tied up into 2 essay questions, and you could not get full credit on them.
No,
Really?
impossible.
Yeah, no, you cannot get full credit.
Just because you can't know as much as he does on the topic.
I would feel it was the most impressive academic performance I've ever done in my life, and I maybe skipped by on it like with a B.
Wow.
Yeah, I ran the whole clock out. I wrote the entire time. I filled the whole pages up. I had handwritten notes. I was flipping through it, and I'd get like a 70 or 75, 80. I maybe would get into the 80s, but I was thinking like the effort I put into on any other class was easy 95.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was insane. But I felt like a better student when it was done. But it was
no,
crazy.
His because that's a 100 level class,
I
and
think
it's
so.
Wow.
stupid hard
Yeah.
for a 100 level class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. Like I did really enjoy like the perspectives and stuff he gave, and I don't remember half of it now. I have my notebook still. I kept my notebook, but yeah, it was an interesting class.
Yeah.
Whenever you were talking about the Napoleon and like the Napoleonic Wars, and you said like Germany didn't exist yet. That's because it was like the Holy Roman Empire still.
Yeah, so
right?
Holy Roman Empire.
When did that end?
During Napoleon, whenever he was conquering all that land, the empire dissolved. It was never really a thing.
Okay.
It was just like the Pope says that there's a Holy Roman Empire.
Right, and he'd kind of mark out
Yeah.
the land.
And he would choose the emperor. So that's where it dissolved when Napoleon went through. And it never really got back to where it was. And then it was like after that where Germany sort of came together. Austria, Hungary, all that.
Yeah, because Austria-Hungary was one nation up until
Yeah.
World War One, right?
Up until World War One.
Okay.
After that was split up.
So how much of World War One was affected by the end of those wars? By
Not very
Napoleon?
much.
There's too much time between it.
There was a long time in between it.
Was there a Prussia something war?
There
Russia or Russia something like that?
there was, and that's sort of where Germany came out of.
Okay.
And then
Where was Prussia even at? I always hear that and like
it's where Germany is now.
Oh, Prussia was Germany's
Yeah.
predecessor. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like France and then Prussia and Austria down here.
Oh,
And
okay.
Prussia does not exist anymore, right? It's
No.
completely gone.
Nope.
I think most of my ancestors are. I think one of mine was like some military leader in Prussia.
No way.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah.
Most of my ancestors.
Might have been in that war.
Maybe.
Could have been.
Like-
Yeah.
Who knows?
Loki.
I need to double check that, but I remember seeing a picture of him, and it was like, and my grandma told me he's from Prussia, and I was like,
That's insane.
we're
Shan-
Russian.
Chances are we all at least have one ancestor that's fought in a war.
Yeah.
In Europe,
most
yeah.
likely.
They had a lot of wars.
A lot tend to do that.
They were pretty good at it.
Well, is that just because it's like, so densely populated in such a small space?
That
Just a lot
religion had a lot to do with it for a short while.
Sure.
Like because for the first part, everybody was Catholic, and then Martin Luther came along.
Yep.
Protestantism, then Catholics didn't like the Protestants, and vice versa, and different types of Protestantism, and they all fought each other.
Oh,
Crazy.
Europeans.
Yeah, that's why separation of church and state is such a beautiful idea.
Thing. Yeah, and then like sort of like between Napoleon, like the Napoleonic Wars and World War One, there might have been a couple small wars, but like technology advanced so much in between then, and all these countries had all this new stuff they wanted to use, but they couldn't, and they didn't have an excuse to, and they made alliances with each other, and then Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary, went to Serbia and got assassinated.
Oh yeah.
And then so Austria declared war on Serbia, and Germany was like, all these allies were like following their buddy,
like,
being like, "Oh, I got your
It's
back."
like a mousetrap chain of like
Chain
all these
reaction.
alliances lit, and then they had to go to war.
Was there like mostly like two groups of alliances?
Yeah. So what was it back then? There was the Allies, and I forget what the other one was. But oddly enough, I think the Allied powers was like Germany and Austria, and
Oh really?
the other side was like Britain, France.
It wasn't
Russia.
Central Powers or something like that, was it?
Yeah, it was a central. Yeah, that
Central.
sounds right.
Something.
Which is
Yeah.
funny because England and France are not central, like Germany's central.
No, and Russia. And so they were all fighting each other. America was still sort of out of it, and they didn't want to go to war.
Right.
It was
Isolationists.
isolationist, and Woodrow Wilson was president that got us into war because he liked England so much.
Because I feel like we were for a while pretty much on the verge of, we could have fought for Germany. I feel like in the beginning, before this Germany started attacking our supply ships, something like that. Like for a while, we kind of in the balance, and then like Germany started doing more war crimes than Britain, and then like the population swayed.
We
over.
were, yeah, like the church we go to spoke German up until that point,
right.
and then it became very unpopular to speak German all of a sudden.
I believe that.
Yeah, like with the trenches and chemical weapons, and like actually a lot of women were against going to war because they didn't want their sons and husbands to be sent over there.
Makes sense.
And Woodrow Wilson just was like, okay, what if I give you the right to vote? And that's where like,
Fine, you can take them.
yeah, that's where that happened.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
because
funny.
Woodrow Wilson's like, okay, you can vote if we can go to war.
Yeah, compromise.
Yeah, we didn't get to World War One until way later, and
Right.
yeah,
The Doughboys.
Wait, what you were saying about like America could have been like on the German side? Would that have been because like we've always, or up until that point, we've always been like against England because like the Revolutionary War?
I feel like, to reiterate this point, like I feel this is from back when I took this class, but I feel like it was like very early in the war, like once he just got assassinated, like I feel like it was like a sympathy to them, and then have you heard anything of this? Like it wasn't necessarily that it was like when we were kind of neutral, like there was like an opinion on both, and then like at one point they would have been somewhat equal, and then eventually like Germany started hitting our supply ships and taking over our crews, and then the Lusitania, the Zimmerman note, and then all of a sudden the popularity for Germans went down, and then we declare war on Germany whenever we get in, and then you it's like the sin to be a German, and then
Yep.
because like we were like borderline racist to Germans. At least that's what Ben Gates like hammered that. We had to read tons of articles and stuff on like the Germans are coming for you and watch out for your German neighbor, report them.
In World War II, that's how we were against the Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, you see in not Alice in Wonderland, Wicked, like the flying monkeys.
Oh.
You see it?
I've
they
not
have
watched
the caps
Wicked,
with the
but
spikes.
I know what you're talking about.
Like there's posters, and that's supposed to be Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And that
the
movie,
witches flying on brooms are German?
yeah, The Wizard of Oz. That movie came out around the time.
Oh,
Same time.
the wizards have like the German pointy hats.
Or
You're saying
the monkeys have the German pointy hats
Oh, yeah,
because they're the villains. And that's also around the same time we stopped having beards and mustaches in our church.
Because that was a German thing?
Because it was like people who went to war had mustaches,
Uh-huh.
and so there's like a split over that.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
And that's when we stopped like speaking German in church?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it became very unpopular to be German.
That's
Right.
crazy.
That is so interesting.
Yeah. If it weren't for that, we'd probably still be able to speak German.
Oh, dude, that'd
Sweet.
be awesome.
It's kind of weird that like in schools now, like you basically have the option of learning Spanish or German. So
Mhm.
Germans must have made like a comeback or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
We have a decent chunk of our. I don't know what the German population of America is still German. Probably not very much at this point.
Yeah, there's probably very few like native German speakers left.
Yeah, I
But-
agree with that.
Lots of like, especially people in this area, have German descent.
Right.
Now just sort of flock to the same place.
Yeah, it's interesting. I do. Yeah, that's such an interesting fact on America. Is like you look at different, like you look at the East Coast, and then you look at different regions of America where like when immigrants moved in, they all settled all the countries, and you get
Mhm.
pockets of.
Yeah, they
different
all
differences.
settle like together.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
necessarily like that we are now, but like how much of like Midwestern, like the traits of being Midwestern is just from our German descendant, and then
Mhm.
like where the
like
East
Boston
Coast-
was very English and like stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or where I don't know where the Italians settled.
New York,
Was it?
around New York area.
Yeah.
The mafia.
If you go to the West Coast, it's a lot of people of Asian descent.
The
Yeah,
railroad.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what's one of your favorite like stories of in World War II? Because you said
World War
II
II?
is your favorite.
Oh boy. I wrote a paper on this. It's. Have you ever heard of bat bombs?
No.
Was it like? It wasn't like literally bats, was it? That
It was literally bats.
with like a disease or something.
No, so like the war, we were like in the midst of the war with Japan. We were just getting close enough to the main island that
Okay.
we could firebomb it,
Mhm.
and like people wanted the war to end quick. And there's this guy, he's a dentist from Pennsylvania, named Lytle Adams, and his idea was you take a bunch of bats and you strap little fire bombs on them, and then you just release them over Japan during like just before dawn. And the idea was that they would like find all these nooks and crannies to hide in, and then the
Wow.
explosives would go off.
I feel like I have heard something like probably a short. That's crazy. Did
Yeah, I
they
think-
do it?
No, well, they tested it, and they had it working. But then, like,
PETA got involved.
oh, no, that wasn't even a thing. But like, then the atomic bombs were then chosen as the option to end the war.
Imagine if atomic
so they never
bombs
used them.
never got developed, and it was just the
Bat
greatest weapon of terror to this point was still bat bombs.
Bro, that's like the more moral way of kamikaze. Like
Yeah, it was like there's a book about it I read, like written by a guy that worked on the project, and like he said it was so weird that all these people whose job it was for like bat preservation and studies so quickly turned the heads onto capturing millions of bats to drop over Japan to just die.
well, I mean, it makes sense. Like better sacrifice bat lives than
Bats
human
than-
lives.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
That's so interesting.
Those fire bombs were nasty.
hmm Yeah, and with the bats, they did a test, so they'd drop it from a plane and then they'd fly out
Were they in a capsule that would like fragment?
Yeah,
'Cause
they
how
were
would you
in,
drop
like,
them
a
from altitude.
capsule, and it would at a certain altitude it'd open up
Oh,
because the bats would fall asleep at like 30,000 feet or whatever. Then they'd drop, and then they'd wake up and fly out. They did a test, and they had the bats with the like supposed to be disarmed bombs on them, and then 2 of them escaped with armed bombs at
Oh,
a
boy.
at a military base and caught the whole military
Oh,
base
no.
on fire.
Oh,
Whoa.
seriously?
Yeah,
So
Wow.
these were like pretty effective bombs.
yeah,
Okay.
but never used in actual combat.
I was so curious of how much damage that would have done.
It would have done most of the buildings in Japan were made of wood.
Yeah,
at the
that's
time.
true.
So
because we did firebombing on.
we did firebomb Japan.
Did that? Jamin, is he awake?
Hey,
Or
Bert,
look up how many people died from the firebombings.
would they firebomb
Unless you know
from
that off the top
boats
of
or
your head.
planes?
Firebombing would be by plane.
Incendiaries.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of bombs that are used just to cause as much fire as
To
possible.
ignite fire. Okay.
Yeah, I think like 72,000 people died from the big boy atomic bomb.
72,000, like instantly or like after the course?
Pretty instantly.
Okay.
Then a bunch of people from cancer
Radiation,
and other
yeah.
stuff.
Right.
Tokyo, yeah.
Man, have bad service up here.
Yeah, we do. Do you know off the top of your head what that number was? Because
Firebombs.
It was a
Uh,
terrible
here we go,
death.
I
here we
don't
go.
know.
Firebombing campaigns have result.
Oh, never mind. More than 90,000, possibly over 100,000
Yeah, that
Japanese
makes
people were
sense.
killed, mostly civilians, and 1 million were left homeless, making it probably the most destructive single air attack in human history, including the atomic
Wow.
bombs. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Wait, there were more casualties to firebombing than the atomic bombs?
or very
Yeah.
close.
Because it left people homeless, without places to go,
Yeah.
And
burnt
it-
fields, crops.
worse death too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right, it'd be more, yeah, grad.
Well, because
Slow.
I think they were not cluster bombs, but weren't they like incendiary rods? And they would like fragment so that you'd get like
Yeah.
these little
White phosphorus.
white phosphorus rods that would drop in the middle of the city. And since everything's wood and people dressed in like their whatever silk
Their
stuff
robes,
like that, yeah, it said it would. I mean, this might be too graphic. But you'd literally burn like a candle because it would light your robe on fire
Mhm.
and you'd burn head to toe.
Wow.
Yeah.
And like the heat from the fire was drafting so much.
Drafting
that
up, it
allegedly, it
sucked
sucked
the
people
air out
into
of
the
the
middle.
lungs.
It
Like,
sucked
it
people in?
The fires got so intense because they need all this oxygen, so the oxygen comes in from the bottom. But like apparently it was like pulling things
Mhm.
into the middle of the fire.
Yeah, and it would suck the air out of your lungs, and
Oh, my
so
word.
people's lungs would just like
Collapse.
implode. Yeah.
All of a sudden, the atomic bombs are sounding like a better and better idea.
I
Wow.
mean, yeah,
Yeah.
that's context that's left out with the decision of that.
Yeah.
I mean, we were bombing before at the time.
Mhm.
It was just a
Yeah. and White phosphorus is now a war crime
Oh, really?
because of that. You can't use it, and
Hmm.
pretty much any application now.
Okay, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What are your views on the atomic bomb?
Like whether we should have used it or not.
Yes.
It's hard. It's an interesting what if, because people say if we didn't use it, more people would have died
Right.
than if we did, and I could see that being true. But also we don't know how long it would have taken Japan just to give up anyway.
Right, because they were
They were pretty,
very stubborn.
yeah, they were very stubborn, but also, like, it's just something you'll never know.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
But if we didn't use the atomic bombs, I think we wouldn't have the problems today of people of like with Russia and they're like threatening to nuke everybody,
right.
North Korea threatening to nuke everybody.
mm-hmm.
But if we would not have used the atomic bombs, then the world would not have seen what the destruction that they're capable of. Would countries have like kept on developing them, and eventually
Probably
they would have been used in an even more catastrophic way?
it could have been, but also I think after World War II, nobody would want to be the first one to use it because at that point everybody else would have them.
And you don't know exactly what the other nations have developed or
Yeah,
how much better theirs are than yours.
because then only the United States had atomic weapons.
Yeah.
And if you look at there's probably pictures of it. The atomic bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They're like 10 times smaller than anything we have today.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
pathetic, honestly,
Very pathetic.
compared to our current arsenal. But like, I mean, I think that a bomb would have been a bomb because we were in a race against Germany, right? Germany was trying to invent one.
They were trying
They were
to,
significantly
but
behind us, probably.
I mean, we defeated Germany before we defeated Japan.
Right.
right?
I think. Is that right? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
that's
right.
right.
So, like, have you heard of Operation Paperclip?
Yes.
Yeah.
By name, yeah. I forget what it
So
was.
that's basically the United States saw all these Nazi scientists and was like, "We'll take them, give them," and so some of them, we used some of their research to help us develop it, and it was mostly just keep them out of the hands of the USSR
yeah.
because they
But
would have done the
they
same thing.
also took scientists.
They took some,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's how we like got like NASA. There's lots of Nazis in that.
Yeah, I just read a book or listened to a book. It's called Shoot for the Moon, and Herman. There was a lead scientist for the like the V1 or the V2 rockets,
Mhm.
V1 or V2. So he was like a lead scientist, and towards the end of the war, him and all of his colleagues, like because Russia's coming from one, America from the S, they all met in a building, and they were like, "All right, who are we going with? We going with the Russians or the Americans?" And like a few decided to go to the Russians, but most of them were like, "Yeah, we need to go to the Americans." So they all went down the hill and they get captured. Long story short, he made I believe he made the Mercury rockets.
Mm-hmm.
On I don't know if they use the same Atlas rockets for Gemini. I'm not sure, but then I think made the Saturn V.
Mm-hmm.
So the Saturn
Yeah,
V
he
was
helped
his
design
rocket.
and
Yeah.
did
Herman.
that.
I think it was. thought it
Hey
was
Bert,
Herman.
could you
I
see
think
if you
it
can
was-
find this name?
Who was the German scientist that made the Saturn V? Is
That
a
sounds
very
right.
extremely German name. But I don't know. I don't know if that's more
Hermann
like
Kiefer.
That's something von Braun
Made
or
this
something.
Saturn
von
V.
Braun. Yeah, Herman von Braun. I think Saturn V.
Operation Paperclip was pretty crazy.
So
Very unethical.
Yes. Yes.
But
Werner
Von Braun.
Warner von
yeah,
Braun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
so,
heard of him.
Yeah. Lots of different Nazi scientists and and there's like a big debate after World War II whether we should use all the research that the Nazis in Japan did on like human subjects.
Right, because the experiments which they conducted were
Very unethical,
terrible.
but also like the information was useful.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, do we use that information or is it completely unethical to use it?
I mean,
But-
if they tested it on our people, I mean, like because they did test on POWs, right?
They did some. A lot of Japan's was in Nanking in China, so they used a lot of Chinese people.
Oh,
That's how we know what percentage of the human body is water.
Oh
my.
word!
that's
I can't even imagine how they
Yeah.
found that out. That's insane.
Oh, I know how they did it. It's a little graphic.
Yeah.
So
that's terrible.
Yeah, do share.
do you share? They took a healthy guy, they weighed him, and then they put him in an oven and baked him alive until all the water was out of his body, and then they weighed the corpse again, and that's how they found out
Because the body's like what 90% water.
90-something%, or I think it might be 75% water.
Oh, okay, 75.
So, and that's how they figured that out.
Wow.
Lots of messed
That's
up
unreal.
experiments.
But like after we defeated Japan, didn't we like excused a lot of war crimes which like some of like their head scientists did,
Mhm.
didn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
just
another
because,
ethical thing,
just to get that information and to use them.
right?
And they went all over the U.S. I'm pretty sure some of them I just saw today went into a few colleges to do more research.
Oh,
Not
wow.
only did they go into government programs.
They also
Mhm.
went into education.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. But then also like part of it too was like the reason that like we dropped the atomic bombs, or like one of the reasons is that like it like war and honor was so like ingrained into Japanese culture,
Mhm.
where like they like obviously like they did kamikaze pilots, and like that alone demonstrates that like they believed in honor over life.
Mhm.
And so like they would have kept on fighting even if like they knew they couldn't win.
Yeah.
And so like part of it too was like we excused some of their war crimes so that they could we tried to defeat the culture, or like defeat
Mhm.
what was ingrained into Japan. And I mean we did do a
We
good
did.
job. Like
Which is
Japan
so
is
good now. Like
Japan's an amazing place
Japan,
to live
yeah.
now.
They went from. Never mind.
But the way we got there was very unethical.
I'm not gonna say we took over Japan,
I
but
mean,
we very heavily influenced everything in Japan up until quite recently.
But like, was it I feel like their opinion of the Americans are still pretty positive though. Like
Yeah. Now. Yep.
now,
Mm-hmm.
because we influenced their education systems enough that like everybody in Japan now grew up being taught the entire time that America is good, and that like the former Japanese people were bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
I would say some of the if history is true and the stuff that's written, I would say some of the teaching of that is probably necessary. I mean, if you look at some of the brutality, like the rape of,
Rape of Nanking.
yeah, or I thought it started with an N too, but just
Yeah.
the literally they named some of the war crimes, like they'd rape entire cities,
The Japanese would?
Yes.
Oh my.
And worse things than that. Unbelievable. Like,
And that they'd probably do that to cities in like the Philippines and
Yeah, some in the Philippines.
or
A lot of
China
China.
maybe.
Yeah, Japan got all the way down to Australia. They were bombing the coast of Australia.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
and then we went over there,
island hopping and
stopped that
Yeah.
island hopping campaign.
I mean, it's fighting in like Papua New Guinea, I believe, right? We fought in New
Yeah,
Guinea.
yeah,
New
I know
Guinea.
there was. Yeah,
Yeah,
I have a
Philippines.
friend, or we have a friend who like was a missionary in Papua New Guinea,
Mhm.
but they found a I think they were hiking in the jungle one day. Not them, but like somebody they knew was hiking in the jungle one day and found a destroyed like World War II like plane. It's so cool.
Yeah, just get shot down and
Forgotten. About.
forgotten.
Yeah, in the jungle.
Yeah.
In Australia, did like a lot of the I don't know how many people like Australia has, but like did they supply like a lot of people to like fight as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they fought a lot. Yeah, and like pushing Japan out of Australia. One story is I forget where it is, but I think it was 1,000 Japanese soldiers were getting pushed back, and they got pushed back into the swamp. And in one night, all 1,000 of them got eaten by crocodiles before getting back to whatever, like the nearest base.
That's insane.
What?
Mm-hmm.
How do you even find out about that?
Well, you probably see a lot of fat crocodiles.
Yeah,
A lot of bones.
some of those crocodiles are still alive today.
Like crocodiles live to be really old.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Wait,
crazy.
Bert, Google that. How old did crocodiles live to be? I think it's like 300 years old or
Oh,
something.
they can live for a long time.
Yeah, that's crazy. What's one of your Oh, okay, 60 or 70 years old. Wait,
That might be,
that can't
might
be
be
right.
an average.
50 to 75 years old.
Have been known to live over 100 years.
Okay.
Hmm.
Man, that's
Mhm.
still insane. Yeah, basically human life expectancy.
Or slightly better. 120 years.
Wow.
And you
Yeah.
never know, like ones in the wild at top of the food chain, they probably live.
Right, that's
Way
true.
longer.
That is true.
Mhm.
What's one of your favorite like history hot takes?
That's a good question.
Not to put you on the spot, but
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of a hot take.
I have one I want to ask you.
Go for
wait,
it.
ask me. No,
No,
a hot
him.
take is something
Him.
that you believe and you just like share.
And yeah, and a lot of people might disagree with it.
Right. Most people probably will. That's why it's a hot take.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think.
Nah, we don't need to get into this. I feel like actually we do because that's how we.
Oh yeah,
end it.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
go for it.
What's do you believe in the moon landing?
Yes.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Is that
There's-
talked a lot about in college? Like, do they go into conspiracy or not, or is that kind of considered a dumb question?
It's considered really dumb.
Yeah. Okay.
That and the Holocaust. Anybody who doesn't believe in the Holocaust is an idiot.
Holocaust deniers, yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
no, they-
that's dumb.
They're just stupid.
Is that the same opinion on the moon landing?
Yeah.
Really?
You'd have to fake so much.
Yeah.
You would-
That's pretty
So
much the gist
much.
of what I got from that book. And the book doesn't really go into conspiracy, but it's like how thoroughly things are documented, and also just like how rough it was. How rough, like if you look at the events and stuff like that, it doesn't play out like a well scripted thing. Like there's too many hiccups and roughs
Mhm.
and stuff like that, unpredictabilities and stuff like, and like that it doesn't look like a scripted, like you read the book
Mhm.
and like it tracks like any other observable history, like unless
Yeah.
someone's like almost god level genius to write
Mhm.
history like that. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems too human.
There would be like just the level of commitment you'd have to have. Like the two most photographed and like documented things that people still like think are fake are the Holocaust and the moon landings, because there's like warehouses of just documentation on rocket specs, financial stuff that they would have had to all fake, and then they'd have had to actually build the rocket. Then they'd had to actually just send it into space and then somehow get the pod to land back, because there's all footage of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like, I mean, yeah, and just like I want to go to the Huntsville, Alabama. We don't need to spend more time on this than what we have, but like just like I
we'll-
want to see the Saturn
Mhm.
V in person.
I went to
It's so awesome. It's a
the
Huntsville.
Kennedy. I went
Oh.
to Kennedy Space Center with my dad like 10 years ago.
Where's
or
that
something.
located?
It's in Florida.
Okay.
And they just have this warehouse where they have like the Saturn V just like in its different parts spread out, and you can walk under it, and that's like 2 football fields long.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, it's huge.
It's huge.
And like the engineering, like
Hey,
even for a
pull
single,
up a picture of the Saturn V.
even like one of the single like stage 1 engines, like you look up of the like the 4 outer ones could swivel, and there's like a ring that's the computing ring that can calculate trajectory and stuff. Like it is seriously like insane.
Wow.
Like the amount of fuel that a single one of the rockets, it's like measured in like almost tons a second
Mm-hmm.
of how much fuel. A single rocket, it's using like, I don't think it's 7 tons a second. Maybe
That's a lot.
all 5 of them burning together burn like, it's insane. It's
Mhm.
wild.
Wow.
Lots of thrust.
I kind of want to buy that Lego set.
I do too. I
it's
read the
like-
book and I looked everything up. I wanted to
That
print
Lego
it.
set's expensive.
Dude, all Lego sets are expensive. I was just looking because I want to ask for one for Christmas, but oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Pricey.
Yeah, we get my dad a bunch of Lego sets for his birthday and Christmas and stuff.
What kind of Legos does he like?
Right now, like he's collecting the old Transformers
Oh,
like
that's
kits. So and so we've gotten him a couple of those. We got him this big like Cat D11 that was like
yeah.
stupid big, and it's remote control.
It's Lego.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So would that be like Technic or whatever that brand is?
Yeah, it's like I don't think it's Technic. It's like Lego something,
Yeah.
but that one was stupid expensive.
Was that?
Yeah, it's like almost like $500 or something.
It's insane.
That's crazy.
Is it like fairly large?
It's pretty big.
Interesting. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
like
But it literally has a remote with it?
it's an app on your phone. You just download it on your phone and connect it, and it drives around.
What?
Sweet.
That is cool.
Never seen something like that.
That is cool. Brett, what are your thoughts on the moon landing?
I am fairly positive it's real, but I mean, I wouldn't say it's faked being out of the question,
Mhm.
but I'm definitely not gonna like just go out and say it's fake. What gets me is I don't think the government is just batting 1,000
No.
for everything they've told us in the past
Mhm.
whatever years, because history is written by the victors, and what's stopping them from tweaking their story? I'm not saying they just flat out lie about stuff, but
I mean, sometimes they do.
yeah, but my
Mhm.
guess is they've definitely tweaked something. I'm just not sure exactly what all is tweaked for the most part.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
I think the people who deny the Holocaust are dumber than the people who deny.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
That-
I feel like the Holocaust touched.
That's political.
It's way larger. Like
It's
I mean,
way
it
larger.
touched way more people and like way more countries.
What
Yeah,
do they?
I feel like there's a lot more evidence for it.
Yeah, how can you not see all of that? Like, I think I went to a Holocaust museum in D.C.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and there's so much stuff from there, so many photos. You're not gonna be able to
Mhm.
just create all that.
Yeah.
No.
No, you'd have to do a lot. You'd have to fake all the. Well, you'd have to fake all the mass graves by like killing a bunch of people to put them in mass graves.
Right,
first
yeah,
off.
To commit a second Holocaust to cover the
Yeah.
other Holocaust.
You got to create bodies,
Yeah.
corpses. Yeah.
Yep. Gotta fake all the camps. Gotta fake the millions of people that were affected by it,
Mm-hmm.
and the people that survived it. You'd have to give them all like just give them sort of like a script and be like, okay, this is what you
And
experienced.
pretty much the entire nation of Germany. I mean, that would be a huge offense to deny the Holocaust at this point, I believe. Like,
Mhm.
very serious. Like,
Yeah.
you have the entire country that's accused of it
No, in Germany,
being offended by
in
saying
Germany,
it's fake.
if you deny the Holocaust in Germany, you go to jail.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the country that you framed as being these people aren't even playing along. Like, they're like the most dedicated of it, which is like, what? Like, how does that work?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If anybody were to start denying it, I mean, it'd totally be Germany, and it's the opposite.
Yeah. I think the people who deny it are the people who like don't want to believe that humans are capable of doing such an evil thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that or they're using the fakeness of the Holocaust as an excuse for like anti-Semitism today, being like,
Sure.
oh, it never happened. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Right.
mean,
Like, kind of pulling back sympathy.
yeah,
No,
It's
that's
crazy.
Yeah, that's interesting. Crazy stuff.
Not
Did you ever think of a hot take?
I think Germany should not have been as punished as it was from World War One.
Yeah, I agree.
Because yeah, a lot of people say that like if we would not have been as harsh on them in World War One, there would have been no World War Two.
I would think that's pretty true.
You'd get behind
Yeah.
that.
Because the whole reason World War II happened was because Hitler was a soldier for Germany in World War One, and then so he was still working for the government after World War One, and the government's failing, currency's broken, like people were just having wheelbarrows of cash because it's so
I heard
inflated,
that.
and they would use it as fire starter and stuff because it's just worthless.
Mhm.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I heard today the inflation went from $1 to whatever the German currency was. It went from like 1 to 40 to like 1 to like a trillion almost.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
It's
Something
stupid.
crazy.
Yeah, it's.
They didn't
absurd.
understand inflation as well back then, I guess, because they just kept on printing money, thinking that solved the issue.
Well, I mean, during World War II, Hitler thought that like they would win, or like the Germans thought that they would win, and so they would need a lot more money to, make the currency of all the nations that they conquer and all the land
Mhm.
that they grow into, and so
Yeah.
yeah, that's probably why all that
Mhm.
money existed.
Yeah,
This would have been
Hit-
before that.
this was
probably.
before that. This was before World War
Oh
II.
yeah,
even.
yeah. I'm sorry.
This is before Hitler ever even got to power. And so Hitler, he worked for that government, was tasked with infiltrating this new up and coming group. It's like the National Workers Socialist Party or National Socialist Workers Party. And he really liked it. And so he quit the government and joined and became head of that party. And that's a Nazi party.
I thought they were really anti-socialist.
Yeah, it's weird
Oh, okay.
because it's a
Wait.
worker socialist party.
National Anti-Socialist. Where's the X come from? Wait,
I mean, that's
Z
an
come
no.
from.
English,
Well-
English word of a German.
Yeah, so like us saying in English, it's like National Socialist Workers Party, and in German it would be NAZ.
Oh,
It'd be
the German
Nazi.
word for it. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yep. And so Hitler became head of that party, got voted in as chancellor, and then sort of killed off all of his competition.
Yeah.
Like
Literally
he
or
had the SS,
figuratively?
literally.
Oh, okay, nice.
Like, did the people of Germany know that he was killing them, or
No.
did he like do it like under the radar?
He did it. Well, he had like the SS.
Okay.
And they sort of got him up into power. And then it's called like the Night of the Long Knives.
I've heard of
He
that.
had most if not all of them killed
In one night.
in one night, or like all the higher ups killed in one night.
Hmm.
And then a series of events happen. He convinces the president to give him emergency powers. And so then he's pretty much just sole ruler of
And then he just never gave
Germany.
it back.
And then he just never gave it back.
Did he end up killing the president?
No, the president just retired, and
Oh, okay.
Was he a Kaiser?
Kaiser.
Kaiser Wilhelm III?
Yep.
Was it actually?
That might have been before. That was
I just
probably World
completely
War
threw that name
One.
out.
Are you
But-
serious? Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, Kaiser Wilhelm, I think he was like
World War One.
I think there was a lot of Kaiser Wilhelms.
Probably.
Kaiser's the title,
Yes.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
Like
President.
The Kaiser.
Yeah, it's like president, but yeah, the Weimar Republic is what it was called. The government,
Oh, okay.
because they couldn't have the same government after World War One. So
Right.
Weimar-
America probably had them change it
yeah,
or change the government.
Weimar
structure.
Republic, and nobody liked it. It was an ineffective government.
Mhm.
Then you have this very charismatic guy who fought in World War One, who's promising you to fix all your problems,
And restoring German
re-
nationalism.
restoring Germany to its former glory.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'll vote for that guy.
Right. Right. Yeah. I want to be proud of my nation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I want to say, I think, because we have a few friends that are German. I believe my dad has met someone that listened to Hitler when he was very young,
Mm-hmm.
and he said that you could, like, the Kaiser. Kaiser Wilhelm the Third. Was it actually?
Yeah.
I think he was. 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 He was Like like you see the things of him,
Yeah.
and like he said that you could seriously feel something coming from like
Yeah.
I mean, this guy says it was demonic, but I should double check this.
There's
But the point being that he was extremely motivated and like you see the pictures of his rallies and everyone going.
Yeah, there's
crazy.
YouTube videos of the speech, one of the speeches he made in English.
Oh,
They
really?
dubbed it in English.
Is it crazy?
He doesn't mention Jews
He does not.
like at all.
Yeah, because that was kind of a secret, like in the beginning, kind of an underground.
The thing with the whole like anti-Semitic thing, people act like only Germany was anti-Semitic. All of Europe was anti-Semitic at the time.
Yes.
That's not just Hitler just used it to his advantage,
Mhm.
and ended up killing 6 million plus people in the process.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Winston Churchill was anti-Semitic.
Yeah, no,
Very
everybody
much so.
was.
Yeah.
Was Roosevelt?
FDR might not have been, but there was a Nazi party in America for a while.
Oh.
They had a rally in Madison Square Garden.
Wow. Okay.
hmm
Like during World War II.
Like during World War II.
Oh, really?
Or, yeah, and even a little before, there's a Nazi party.
It's insane.
Never heard of any of that.
hmm
I mean, anti-Semitism wasn't as like it was larger or more widespread in Europe than it was in America.
Well, racism in general wasn't even like as
Condoned.
big. It was a problem, but like for the time, people didn't think it was as big of a problem.
Right. Right.
Yeah, especially towards the Jews.
Yeah.
Because people were like, it's sort of like the same thing that's happening today. People are like, oh, how are the Jews in such positions of power?
Right.
Oh, they're controlling everything. They're the downfall. They're causing the downfall of German society. And Hitler just used that to get people to follow him.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah. Something I think is like like Henry Ford. He very much disliked Jews.
hmm
Hitler respected Henry Ford enough. He had a picture of him in his office.
Yeah.
Well,
He gave Henry Ford a medal, I think.
I mean, pretty much everything that he had, Hitler. I mean, his tanks would have probably been built on an assembly line, which was
Mhm.
developed by
Henry Ford. Yeah.
Like everything,
Oh,
all of production at that point was completely changed by Henry Ford.
Right.
So it might have been less than of a. I mean, maybe he liked him as a person, but Henry Ford is revolutionary in terms
Yeah.
of manufacturing. So
Efficiency.
Mhm.
I mean, he would have never been able to make the army he did so quickly without an assembly line.
Yeah.
So either a German came up with it, or you use Henry Ford's method. This crazy American in
Yeah.
Detroit or wherever he was at.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Aside from killing a bunch of people and starting World War II, Hitler did a lot of good for Germany. Like before that,
What?
like he got them out of their debt. Basically, he like took the Treaty of Versailles and tore it up, and was like, "Yeah, screw this, I'm not listening to it."
And nobody wanted.
And nobody wanted to stop him because they didn't want another war. So like he got him out of debt. Germany was one of the only countries not affected by the Great Depression because they were sort of like separated from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He
That's at the Olympics, right?
Yeah, he hosted the Olympics.
The Jesse Owens.
Jesse Owens, he was, yeah, sure, lost. He like hyped up Germany as like we're gonna win everything, and
Because we have the superior race.
yeah, and then they didn't.
Oh, that was the first black athlete or something like that beat everyone or something like that. What is this?
Jesse Owens, he was a sprinter and he won gold,
Oh, okay.
which is sort of like against everything Hitler was saying.
Mm-hmm.
But then,
Well, I mean, Hitler had to have, or he was supposed to be the one to put the medal on Jesse Owens, wasn't
and
he?
he didn't.
And he refused to.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that stadium is still used today. It's like a soccer field now.
Oh, really?
I mean, there's so much history.
Yeah,
I'm just surprised it's still intact after
after the war and
after
stuff.
what we did to Berlin.
Yeah, we dropped so many bombs on Berlin.
I think that Hitler was like one of the greatest leaders of all time. He
Oh
was,
yeah,
he
very
was just
charismatic. He
a
just
wicked and evil person.
he made some dumb decisions too. Like first off, like America did not declare war on Germany at any point. He declared war on us first. He didn't have to. If he didn't, he would have probably been way better off. That he turned on Russia way too quick because they had like a non-aggression pact to take over Poland.
Right. Because Stalin and Hitler were kind of buddies for a while, weren't they?
Yeah, like they
I thought they hated
buddies.
each other.
Yeah, but it was like, I'll just use you for my own end, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then
Because didn't he view like Hitler hated like communism? Didn't he think that was very dumb?
yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't like
Like almost more than whatever democratic. Probably maybe I don't know. Probably hated him equally, but I thought something like
he also
despised
hated
communism.
democracy too. But
Where was he at?
He
then?
hated anything that was not fascism.
yeah,
dictatorship.
yeah, he hated anything that wasn't his
Mhm.
National Socialism.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So is Mussolini? Boy, what a dude!
He
Kind of got
was
the worst of the
crazy.
straws.
the founder of fascism.
He is.
Mm-hmm.
Mussolini is.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a socialist, and then so he's like against war. He was born in Italy. He went to where was it? He went to Switzerland to get out of his military service, but he got arrested and sent back to Italy. Then had to do his military service anyway, and then went back to Switzerland, got arrested again, sent back to Italy, and then decided that, you know what, a European war could just bring upon the environment needed for socialism to take over.
Interesting.
Oh,
That's
so
where
it was a
fascism-
means to an end
Yeah.
in his mind.
Yeah. Fascism is just nationalism taken to its most extreme point.
I see.
That's interesting. So would you say that Hitler, he just took on too much too soon,
Yeah.
and that was his downfall?
Like at the beginning, like he took, like Germany just walked into Czechoslovakia and took it, and nobody did anything. He took over like 3 different countries, and everyone's
That
like,
was-
okay,
that
but
was the Blitz, wasn't it? Or that's
That's
Wasn't even
just-
that, was it?
that's just before like the war officially started, because everybody's like, we don't want to tell this guy no. We don't want to start another war.
sure.
Like insane, like because it was like French, Britain, and was there a third? Or was it just France and
It's
Britain?
pretty much just France and Britain, because it was after they invaded Poland with Russia that they both declared war on them.
Right, because Russia and Germany both invaded Poland, but like opposite
Yeah,
sides of
and
it.
then they just split it in half,
Right.
and then they just didn't fight each other for a while. Then Hitler took over France in like 2 weeks.
It was a Maginot Line, something like that. The defensive line
Failed pretty
France
pretty
built and
fast.
just walked over it, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Took over France, occupied the top half, and just left the bottom half to be like oh, you're not Germany, but like, just stay out of our way, and they
Mhm.
did.
Huh.
And then so it's pretty much just Britain, and Hitler was trying to invade Britain, but just couldn't get air superiority over the Channel,
Right.
Yeah.
and so he's like, I'll just hit Russia then. Then he goes and hits Russia. Pretty much does the same thing Napoleon did. Gets to Moscow, gets down to
Stalingrad.
Stalingrad.
Is that
where-
the bloodiest battle in human history or something like
It's
that?
up there.
Yeah.
It was a long battle.
Hey Bert, can you pull up the death count for that war?
Death count for Stalingrad. I thought it was in the millions, but I might be wrong.
Millions.
Yeah.
What? That's
Unbelievable!
crazy.
It's unbelievable carnage.
During World War II, more people died in the USSR than
Yeah,
Germany. That's
Over 2
including like the
million.
Holocaust.
What?
2 million.
I would
over
not
2
have guessed
million.
Mhm.
that. Oh my word.
Yeah.
2 million?
It's crazy that it's glossed over.
Yeah.
Wait, the USSR lost more people than Germany in World War II.
Oh yeah,
Well,
meat grinder.
just
That's
overall,
crazy.
the USSR, like Stalin himself, is like responsible for the deaths of 20 million people.
Well, I mean, he did his own little Holocaust type
yeah,
thing,
like with
but
the
like nobody
gulags.
talks about that.
But so, yeah. And then, so Hitler gets so far, but like one of Hitler's biggest inspirations was Napoleon. So bringing that sort of back, like he even visited Napoleon's grave site just because
Okay.
he's like inspired by Napoleon to
Mhm.
conquer everything.
That was like his role model.
But he made the same mistake Napoleon did, didn't give his soldiers winter clothing. And they invade Russia with no winter supplies. And the way Russia does war, like when they're getting invaded like that, they just like retreat way back to Siberia and burn everything in between
Oh.
that. So there's no farms, no shelters, anything.
Nothing for the
Nothing for the
opposing
enemy
army
to take.
use. Yeah.
And so supply line gets so thin. Winter hits. You have no winter clothing. Oil's freezing in the vehicles. Horses are just dropping over dead. And then so they had to retreat because, like, during that time, Stalin was just like manufacturing tanks and stuff way back here in Russia.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, we have all this stuff now. Get out, please. So that backfires. Hitler declares war on America because we declare war on Japan after, what was that? Yeah, after Pearl Harbor, like 1941, December 7th, 1941.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me how extensive World War II was throughout the world, but most of what gets talked about is Europe. Like it was in the Middle East and stuff.
And in Africa.
Yeah,
Right.
African camp. That was a big campaign.
Africa,
Rommel.
Asia.
Rommel was that the Desert Fox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And Italy had a big part in Africa because Mussolini pretty much wanted to be seen doing something. So they just took over like the least developed nations, but that still use spears and bow and arrows.
Oh my.
Yeah, like Ethiopia was that?
And Ethiopia
Yeah.
and others, and they were eventually pushed out of there. D-Day happens,
Right.
and then D-Day happens. We get into France. We pretty much take back France from both the south and the north. And then so both sides, it's just closing in on Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tries one more push back into France through Belgium. And it fails. And after that, pretty much Germany just starts to collapse.
Starts
defensive imploding.
battles.
Yeah, but most German soldiers ran to the U.S., the Allied side,
Because they thought that they'd be kinder to them than
Kinder
the
to them.
Russians.
Pretty
in
much
Russia.
just got murdered if you went to Russia, right?
oh yeah, they just kill you.
Or you go to the Gulag or something. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's-
Huh.
yeah.
Yeah, and it was the Russians that got Hitler or found his remains.
Right. What would you do you give any credibility to the theory that like I mean, I think we know that quite a few like Nazis escaped to like South America.
Mm-hmm. To
Have
Argentina.
you ever heard the theory that like Hitler actually escaped to
Yeah,
South
I've
America?
heard that theory. I don't think it's true. I mean, they have, like, the USSR had, Russia still has his skeleton and
Oh,
his
really?
teeth, so they have his dental records.
Wait, do they have him like? Do they have like a stone for him or something? Do they
No,
have
I
him
think
buried
they're
somewhere?
just in a vault somewhere.
Huh.
Yeah.
Just say that they have it.
Right.
Seems like it'd be kind of hard for him to stay quiet for as long as he did. Being
Yeah.
The man that he was, the dude all doped up on drugs.
No, he was.
That's true.
I mean, Germany invented meth.
Wait, they did?
That was like
Yeah.
a standard prescription before
For the
battle.
war,
It
just to
wasn't-
keep 'em
I
going.
knew that they prescribed it to the soldiers. I didn't know they invented it.
It wasn't called meth. It's called, like, Pervitin something.
I don't know the name.
There's, like, probably 3 different names for it because after they invented it, every military, even the U.S., was like, we need this.
It works pretty well.
Just drug up your soldiers so they fight days on end.
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah, and so he was addicted to
All sorts of things.
all sorts of drugs. Like, there are videos of him, even at, like, the Olympics. Like, you watch the videos and he's just like,
Literally tweaking.
yeah.
Man. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah,
Have you read the book, A Higher Call or A Higher Calling?
I have
About
not.
the bomber and the that's a really good book. It's about a B-17 crew, and I don't know if they're part of, I forget, the huge air wing, the bloody 100th or something like that. But anyhow, this bomber crew gets bombed to shreds. This fighter ace comes up and he escorts them across flak lines and lets the dude escape. But the book, it's super detailed and stuff like that. But it talks about like Germany's because Luftwaffe was like
Luftwaffe. Yep.
the pride in the beginning. I mean, they blitzkrieg and everything like that.
Mhm.
But it talks about kind of the decline of that and like the Messerschmitt 262 and stuff like that. It talks about how they implemented and how they put it in the wrong role. It could have
Mhm.
had a bigger impact, but they wanted it as a bomber or something
Yeah.
like that. I don't know. But that book goes into a lot of detail towards the end of just the poor decisions that came down from the top. And
Mhm.
is it Hermann Goering, the Luftwaffe
He was one
leader?
of them. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, maybe they could have. That would have been crazy hypothetical. Like if they had played their cards better or something like that.
If they played their cards better, I think they could have they could have done a lot better for maybe a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if like the U.S. didn't join the war like we did, eventually I think Hitler would have.
Taking over Europe at least.
Well, he'd have taken over Europe, but eventually Russia would have came back. And
To
Russia
fight.
just had so much manpower, and Stalin did not care about the lives of any of them.
Right. What's the or Sniper at the Gate, Enemy at the Gate? I don't know if you've seen. Have you seen that movie?
I haven't. I've heard
But
of
like
it.
in the beginning, they have like.
Wait, is that the movie that the entire thing is like one scene?
No,
filmed?
that's 1917.
1917. That's a really good movie.
That's a very good movie. But this is an older movie about some sniper. But it's the protagonist is a Russian soldier. I believe it starts in Stalingrad. But they give a Mosin to the first guy, and then they give bullets to the rest. And then the thing is, you run into battle. When the dude with the gun dies, you pick up his gun and just use your bullets. You got 5 shots, and you share the gun because they didn't have enough to make that. And then the dudes head out, and so they're running into machine gun fire, and then they get mowed down. So they turn around and start run back, and then they just have guns and they just start shooting their people because they don't want them to come back.
Yeah.
So there's just people stuck in the middle.
And with communism, it's not just soldiers. It's like everybody is expected to contribute to the war effort.
Right, right.
It's total war. So it's like if you were a mother of like 3 children and there were like the Germans were like around your house, you're expected to fight.
Wow.
That's like everybody's expected to put effort towards.
Yeah, that's the entire concept of communism.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, in essence, we would probably have done the same thing if people were invading America.
Yeah.
You hear all the guns. Like, it's probably pretty.
But
and it's what Japan did, too.
We
Right.
have private ownership of guns.
Right.
Yes.
That's
true. They
That's,
did
that's
not.
what's
Yeah.
unique to America.
And same with Germany. Like the first thing Hitler did was take away like the everyday citizens' weapons.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know
So
that.
so you would say that Germany still would have lost the war if America had never joined?
Eventually, yeah.
Okay. It
Yeah.
just would have been longer.
It just would have been more drawn out. More people would have died.
More death.
Yeah, Hitler, like even with the whole, like the Holocaust, Hitler didn't start killing, like just like have the extermination camps just for the sole purpose of killing people until a little later. It was maybe like a year that it was just like, okay, time to exterminate all these people.
Mhm.
So, and that's why, like, that's where he's so evil.
Yeah.
Because if he wanted an effective war effort, he should have just enslaved all of them. As bad as that sounds.
Right.
But he just, instead of putting them to work towards a war effort, he just was like,
Murdered them
okay,
all.
we're just going to kill them all. Oh, they're closing in, kill them quicker.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, that's insane.
A similar theme with Japan, too, with POWs, right? There
Mhm.
was like supposed to be a decree. I think this is in the Unbroken books. They were supposed to, no, they weren't supposed to get, America was not supposed to get POWs back. Like, when they started coming at the camp, you execute the POWs and then you fight.
I mean, because probably they didn't want us to know what they had been doing to them.
Yeah, or just
That,
you don't
and
get
it's
your
just-
guys back. You know, this is a war.
I
So
guess,
probably a mixture of the both. But I think it's, I don't know if it was the nukes and the fear that bestowed that they didn't start killing. But I would assume that if we started a ground campaign on the on Japanese mainland, we would have probably not got any of our POWs back.
No, definitely not.
Well, I mean, it was probably in the conditions of like the surrender that they had to return the POWs.
Well, this was like, well, yeah, possibly, but I mean, it's actually probably a miracle that they didn't get killed before. Like even
Mhm.
just as
Oh, I see.
as like a
Yeah.
hey, get rid of these guys, and
I
then
see what
kill
you're
them
saying.
all, and then go negotiate. But yeah, if it was a ground war, I mean, you never know. It's all a what if, but
Right.
it'd be unlikely.
Mhm.
I bet that we would have got maybe some, but most of them probably would have been exterminated.
Well,
It just make it. It sounds callous, but it'd just be easier.
Yeah,
yeah, it would be.
you could
Like-
get revolutions from the inside,
Yeah.
and you don't want. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't want the stories coming out.
The worst decisions, like in war, like making like the most awful decisions, are often the easiest ones.
Oh, that's
Like
true.
now in war, we like focus on not hitting civilians,
Right.
like
right.
no civilian casualties, or as little as possible. That's the thing.
Right.
And like with the recent conflict with Israel and Palestine, people like the biggest problem is civilian casualties. It's like the big thing.
Yeah.
Like if this was 70 years ago, that wouldn't have been a topic.
No,
Right.
not at all.
People wouldn't have cared.
Well, I
It's
mean,
just-
so much of it too is like the like we all have social media and like our phones, and so
Yeah,
like
we just
information travels so much quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And very, very short snippets of information. There's
Yeah.
no full pictures,
Right?
Yeah.
No context.
no context.
No context.
Context that is adapted later by people that are not part of it
Mhm.
Exactly.
with agendas.
Yeah.
It looks really bad for the people too. Then when you just get the short snippet of they killed however many civilians who were not involved whatsoever.
Yeah, and all it is just a
Mhm.
building blowing up.
I
and
mean,
you
yeah,
have no idea.
using that you can paint anything you want in whatever light you want. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've been going for an hour 17 minutes. Like, dude, we've been having a great conversation,
Yeah.
but hate to cut you short. But
Yeah, it's all good.
Any concluding thoughts or
I don't really got anything.
yeah.
But
Well, thank you for taking time out of your week.
Yeah.
Really
Mhm.
appreciated this. I was looking forward to this one for as soon as you told me.
I was
Yeah.
too, bro.
As soon as you told me, oh, history. Yes, let's go.
I learned way more than I thought I would.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
we had a whole topic list of like things that we could
Yeah,
talk about,
I-
but
When I saw World War II, I was like, we're not making it.
yeah, we're not making it past that.
yeah, I saw the topic list and I thought to myself, this is like 4 episodes worth of content.
I would
Right.
be very happy to do a Cold War
So-
episode.
Well, like
Like,
you could
do
do,
that.
you could do 4 episodes on World War II. Like, I mean,
Oh.
history.
Yeah,
there's
we just
so
talked
much
about
stuff there.
Europe for the most part. We didn't
Yeah.
even hardly talk. We just breezed over the island warfare.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about like the Middle East war and like
Yeah.
Egypt.
Yeah, and I saw stuff like Nikola Tesla and
Yeah,
JP Morgan and stuff like that.
So
Right.
if any of that tickles your fancy, stay tuned. Subscribe, follow, whatever you're watching. And we'll have a beer back there.
We'll
Finish
be
the rest
back.
of the story.
he will be back eventually.
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 All right. Any closing thoughts, Brett?
No, very entertaining.
Thank you for listening, everyone.